Good morning, it's Patsy. Today I've come on to share with you my first impressions of two new decks that I got. I think I failed No Decks November. My husband bought these for me off my wish list, but it's still new decks, so I suppose it's fail. But hey ho, I tried for a day or two. So the ones that I've come to show you, I guess you can tell by the title, is some people find quite controversial. I think you either love them or you don't. And it's is it Ceccoli Oracle and the Nicoletta Ceccoli Tarot. I like to work with oracles and tarot together, so it seemed only normal, natural for me to get, both of them if it's the same artist and the same artwork. So that's what I've done. I've got them both. They're not going to be in order because I have been spending some time having a shuffle and working with them yesterday when I received them and last night. And I did my interview deck and interview with the deck, etc. And it was quite surprising how well they worked for me, actually. And I have took a real shine to these. I've noticed lately that my style of decks that I like has changed. I don't see the images on here as children, and I think this is where it comes in that people are a bit, children in this position, children like, I don't see this as children. I just think how this artist depicts her art is a bit like the Lucy Cavendish decks with the images of the girl with the bigger head and the big eyes, Jasmine Beckett something art. I don't see them as children, do you know what I mean? So I'm going to talk about the Oracle first, and it's a by Los Scarabeo. So it comes in, it's a nice box. Ooh. And you get a little book, but as with all the Scarabeo, you get it in so many different languages. You've only actually got 30 pages. That is actually in English. Each card has just a little small write-up about it. There's no images of the cards. This is the backs. I think the backs are gorgeous. I love this card stock. I know some people don't like it, but I much prefer this thinner card than the thick cardboardy type. I find these so much easier to shuffle and to, I know they've got like a glossy, but they don't feel glossy and they don't stick, and I just find that they shuffle a lot easier for me, how I shuffle, than those thicker cardboardy style decks. So I'm going to show you some of the images. I'm going to just take the two controversial ones out for now. And there's no keywords on these. Whether or not I'll add keywords, I don't know. They have got borders, but they don't bother me because it kind of takes me in because of the edging. So I think even if you did trim them, you'd still have these little jaggedy bits coming out. So trimming them isn't a problem. No, the borders aren't a problem, so I won't need to trim these. Whether or not I shall add a keyword at the bottom, I don't know, because there isn't keywords. But with just working with them yesterday, I picked up the meaning quite easily, so it's probably not something that I'm going to need to do. I shall carry on working with it for November. It'll go on the altar alongside the tarot to work with this month, and then I'll make a decision at the end of that month whether they need to have a keyword added. But as yet I haven't found it too much of a problem. They're very intuitive, I think. So then, like I said, they're not in order, so they'll come out in whatever order they've been left shuffled in. This one always makes me smile. I kind of warned you, somebody's not going to turn out the way you expected them to be. There's a bit of a surprise going on there. This one, careful what you put out there because karma will come back and get you. I love this one. This is basically, you know, covering up your ears of things you don't really want to hear, that you should be listening to, but you're really la la la, you know, you're kind of doing that. I love the innocence of this one. I feel like I'm going to sneeze, so if I sneeze, you have to excuse me, but I can feel it in my nose. This one's all about isolating yourself, you know, isolation, and how it's sometimes it's good to take yourself away from everyday life and spend a bit of alone time, but sometimes it can get out of hand and we isolate ourselves and don't let anyone in, and just stay in our little ivory castles where we feel safe and protected. And this is something what kind of resonated really well with me yesterday when it came up for me. Humpty Dumpty's had his fall, she's heartbroken. The key word for this one is a strange keyword. I can't even remember what it is, and even if I had that written down as a keyword, I wouldn't know what it was, because I've never recognised the word. But basically it's about soul, you know, your soul partners, and that they don't have to be blood, you know, we can connect with people through heart, through our soul. They don't have to be a blood relative. Happy place. And that's the image on the box. I'll get one of these to read in a minute from the book. Like this one. Her dress has become part of the chessboard, and if you can see down here, there's some fighting going on, and she's just sitting watching, and this sort of warns you to take control of yourself. Don't let others stand up, you know, fight your battles for you. Stand up for yourself. Like this one is a kind of strange one, and this, even with the keywords, it doesn't really talk to me. This one, this is quite it's about wishes, wishes coming true. Be careful what you wish for. So I'm still kind of working on the image of that one to what it's actually about. There's a couple similar to this one, and then number 19 is very similar too. This one makes me smile. This one's all about gossip, and be careful what you're gossiping about, because, you know, while she's busy gossiping to someone, that other person you're gossiping to, who's obviously loving a bit of gossip, is more than likely going to go away and gossip about you, and it's going to come back and bite you. So and this one, I love this card. It's hello, and I'll read you this one because I think this is quite interesting. Just find it in the book. It's called hello. That's the key word. Hello is the first step towards understanding. It declares your good intentions and your harmlessness. When something unexpected comes into your life, say hello. If you open a new door and you are surprised by what you find on the other side, say hello. Don't be suspicious or refuse an opportunity to expand your circle of friends. Don't shut out new experiences simply because they are new. Remember this, as this will come in handy very soon. And then it says the wonderful world of diversity is opening up to you. And then it also says, as a dark meaning, examine any prejudices you may be harbouring. So I kind of like that. Now, there's two cards in the Oracle deck that are a bit risque. People find them a bit risque, and I suppose they are. They don't really bother me, but they do bother some people, especially if you're seeing these as images of children, which, like I said, I don't. I just kind of find it as the artwork. Now, the first one is this one, where she's feeding the little bunny thingy from the breast milk. Quite a strange image, really. And that's all about patronage. When you read it up in the book, it still don't really make an awful lot of sense why it's depicted like this, but it's just one of those cards. You always find one or two cards in a deck that you think, so, but then there's this one. Now, when I actually read the meaning of this. What is it, number 29? It kind of made sense. I think it probably could have been depicted in another way, but it's called curiosity. Healthy curiosity is a good thing. It's what drives exploration and invention. The desire to expand your sphere of knowledge keeps you enthusiastic and engaged with the world. But when it comes to curiosity about other people's private lives, consider how much you really need to know. Don't seek out information that you wouldn't ask face to face. Consider how much of your private self you are giving away to the overly curious, and scale back if necessary. Don't poke your nose into things that aren't your business. Or the light message is protect your privacy. Choose carefully what you share in public. So again, the image kind of fits in with the sticking your nose into private business and what have you. But it's quite a strange way of depicting it, I suppose. But again, I like these, and I think these are going to be something I'm going to enjoy working with. Like I said, they make me smile, and I like them. The next one that I'm going to show you is the Nicoletta Ceccoli Tarot. Again, it's Lascarabeo, comes in its normal flip box, and you get the little white book in many languages, so you only actually get a few of the pages at the front. So that's, now with this deck, there's the backings, and like most go away, you do have the white border thingy, and you do on this side too. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about them, because the keywords and the numbers, and not the keywords, the number and the suit is on the borders. If you chop them off, they're gone. And they're not a deck that you can look at and automatically think, oh yeah, I know what that is. I know that's the eight of swords, or I know that's the ace of hearts, ace of clubs. Oh, here we go again, you know what I mean. But it's one of those decks that you wouldn't know just by looking at it what it's supposed to be depicting, because the images are not very wide awake. Even though the actual write-up is mainly wide awake, and the actual images, you can't really take wide awake meanings from them. So it's one of those decks that I'm either going to have to completely cut off the border and just go with the intuitive side of things, or leave them on, and because after so long of doing tarot, you get the keywords for each card, the 8 of wands anyway, so using them keywords as well along with the intuition. And that's what I was doing when I was doing the readings yesterday, and I did a interview the deck spread with this, and it was pretty spot on, and really made me think that yes, this could be a working deck, be very good for inner child work and things, I think, and this is what kind of message it was giving me. So I'm not sure, I'll carry on working with it. It'll go on my altar, and I'll work with it this month, and then I will see at the end of the month whether I'm just going to work with it intuitively, or stick to leaving the borders on there and using it as a mix of keywords from the Rider-Waite system and my own intuition, and just see how we go. But again, it's the normal low Scarabeo, and it is quite, when you put it down, it does kind of move around and what have you, so it is quite slippy. But I'll show you some of the images. I won't show you all, but there we go. We've got the 8 of Wands. We've got the King of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups. So, I mean, some of the images, yes, you can take, look at them and see that, yes, that's the 3 of Cups. And then of the ones you just sort of, you just can't. That's the Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Cups. Sun. See, I wouldn't recognise that as the Sun card if I took off the borders. Do you know what I mean? Because it's looking a bit gloomy. There's no sun inside. Do you know what I mean? Then again, with this one, the Wheel of Fortune, I would know by looking at that is the Wheel of Fortune. The 7 of Swords, again, I will probably know is hiding around here and steal a balloon, I suppose. This one is a strange interpretation. That's for the Hanged Man, but again, for me it works because the Hanged Man to me is like looking at a different perspective, and she's got two heads, so she's looking at it from different perspectives. So that kind of works for me. This is the I think this is the page, or the knave as they call it, cups. 5 of swords. Just going to chop a carrot up there. The knave of wands. The moon card. I quite like that moon card. The 10 of wands. I love the 2 of swords. So you see some of them, you know, this is 2 of pentacles. Some of them you can see straight away. This is the Knight of Cups. You know, she's got some action there on her little rocking horse. 4 of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups. The King of Wands, releasing that violet. The Empress. Oh, stuck together. 5 of Wands. Now this is the Magician. Again, not a image that we, you know, naturally associate with the Magician, but it works for me. I love the Star card and the 6 of Swords. So you can see by the images that some of them do work, and that's the Ace of Wands, so it's the fire, she's, you know, she's got a salamander or something there. The 3 of Swords, she looks forlorn and heartbroken. So again, like I say, they are, I mean, this for the 6 of Wands, the Victory card, you don't really get that. I know she's got the crown on her head and she's rising above, and you know, this is watching her, but you don't really get that sense of, you know, victory or whatever from that. But like I say, it adds another layer to it. This is the High Priestess. The 9 of Wands. There we go. I think this is the Queen. Because the Queen and the King obviously are both ladies. Yeah, that's the Queen. This is the King of Swords. And I quite like how that's depicted. The Chariot. This is my card. My birth card is the Chariot. The 5 of Cups. 4 of Swords. So, like I said, they are one of those decks you're either going to love or you're going to hate. For a long time I was undecided, but I'm really glad I've got them because I'm really enjoying them, and I'm going to really enjoy working with these in November. As first impressions, I'm impressed. And whether or not I cut the borders off and just go total intuitive, or whether I keep them on, is yet to be decided. But I know that they're going to be something that I'm going to be picking up a lot this next month, as well as the Oracle, because I do really enjoy the Oracle as well. So they're both decks that I'm enjoying, and I'm looking forward to working with in November. What's your thoughts on these oracles and tarot? It'd be interesting to find out. I know that from what I've seen, you either love them or you hate them, and I think I'm going to be one that loves them. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.